Welcome back to Birch's Blessed Barbecue. My name is Michael Birch, and I'm gonna show you how to make some fall off the bone, juicy, tender, party style ribs. Let's get to it. We have our ribs. We're gonna be doing some party style ribs today. What are party style ribs? Simply put, we're just gonna cut these along with the bones, having the individual ribs, season them up, and get them on the smoker. What is that going to do? It's going to allow us to get more seasoning, more smoke, more surface area with these ribs being cut, and they're just easier to eat. So let's go ahead and take the membrane off these ribs. There's not much trimming to do. So we're just going to take little pieces off as we see fit here. We have that fairly cleaned up, so let's go ahead and take our butter knife. What I like to do is come in about 2 to 3 bones here. Lift up. After I lift up, I come in under with the paper towel just for some grip. Now I just peel it right off. Come in 2 to 3 bone, lift up here, grab it with the paper towel. Pull this membrane right off. Sometimes it leaves a little bit. I'm just gonna get right underneath there and just peel that right off as well. Since we are doing party style ribs, these baby back ribs are looking perfectly fine here. This is a thin edge. We won't be keeping that anyway. We're going to start with this one right here. Find the bone, just follow it right down. Nice and simple. Now that we have these all cut in our party style ribs, let's go ahead and make our seasoning. Honey granulates, ground jalapeno, smoked paprika, ground cayenne, ground red pepper, sea salt, granulated garlic, granulated onion, brown mustard, black pepper, ground cumin, sumac, light brown sugar. Give it a mix. Now that we have our hot honey rub, let's go ahead and get these ribs seasoned. These are going to be packed with a lot of flavor. With being able to get it on all sides, the whole bite is going to be a flavor bomb. Pat it in there and let's get these all flipped over. Let's go ahead and get the top side seasoned. Nice and even and generous as well. This isn't packed too much with salt, so we can go on heavy and get the other flavors as well. It's going to be sweet and have that backhand kick from the jalapeno, the cayenne pepper, the red pepper. It's going to be phenomenal. I went ahead and dumped the ribs in this container just to make sure we have all the seasoning incorporated on all the sides. This is going to give us a little bit more room to make sure they're nice and seasoned. This is going to be a simple cook, 3 to 4 hours on the smoker. After 2, I would say they have enough bark and we can go ahead and wrap them and get them tender. Now that we have these nice and seasoned, let's go ahead and fire up the pit. We're rolling on the Traeger Timberline XL today. We're rolling with some maple, some hickory, and some oak. We have the temp set to 250. This is going to be an easy cook. These party style ribs, we're going to cook up real quick, 2 to 3 hours. After the 2-hour mark, getting close to the 3, I would say the bark is going to be set, looking beautiful. We'll put them back in the pan with some foil. Finish them off the tenderness, maybe put some more seasoning. At the point of wrapping them up, you can add some sauce, you can put some butter, some honey for the hot honey. We're just going to keep it nice and simple today. Something easy you can do during the week. It's not going to take too long, and it's going to be enjoyable. So I say these are going to taste phenomenal. So let's go get them on the pit. 2.5 hours later, we are ready to get these ribs finished off. They're looking nice and pretty. Just take a look at them. They are looking beautiful. We have our pans here. One of them, we're gonna do a small batch in this pan with some of Cosmo's honey jalapeno. So we're gonna take a few of these. Get these dumped off in the pan. Then we're going to drizzle some of that barbecue sauce on there. We're just gonna throw these in this pan, cover them up, let them steam and finish off till they are nice and tender. That hot honey rub on these ribs, I think it's gonna be phenomenal. Looking nice and sticky. Now that we have these both wrapped up, we're just gonna stick them back on for the next hour and let them get tender. 4 hours later, we have our hot honey ribs here done and ready to eat. We have our dry rub hot honey rib. Then we have our sauced hot honey rib with the honey jalapeno barbecue sauce. Let's go ahead and dive into these ribs. We're starting with the dry rub, then we'll move into the sauce here in a second. Let's get straight into it. Smells amazing. It's sticky from the hot honey rub. And this is just a dry rub, and it's still sticky. It's that brown sugar. Dang, that's good. Dang, that's good. Dang, that's good. I'm gonna hold off from continue eating it. The sweetness, phenomenal. It is welcome. The heat from the jalapeno, the cayenne, the red pepper, the perfect balance. I just say it's phenomenal. Let's move into the sauce version. Without tasting it, just knowing that sauce is gonna enhance the sweetness and that kick a little bit. Dang, that's good. Dang, that's good. Dang. Both of them. We have our dry rub. Then we have our sauce here. The sweetness is definitely enhanced on this. So if you want to add a little bit more sweetness to the rub, definitely go with that one. More sticky. This one, I'm a fan of the dry rub. Just the seasoning by itself is doing its job. Let me just say that. If you like sauce, this is the one for you. If you like a dry rub, you can't go wrong with the hot honey rib. It's tender, juicy, moist. Oh man. Phenomenal. Amazing. If you haven't tried the hot honey rub, you can follow the recipe we made in this video. And when I tell you, this is one of them ones that'll have you singing, dang, that's good, dang, that's good, dang. Man. Yeah. All I gotta say is this cook went phenomenal. Nice and easy, party style ribs. Something you can whip together. It only took 4 hours. We could have bumped the temp up and sped it up a little bit, cut back 30, 45 minutes, but how it turned up here is phenomenal. And I just want to leave you with, when you're the first to do something and the circle that you're in, the family that you're in, you're going to have to go do it alone. You're going to have to be okay with separating yourself, right? You're going to have to understand that those around you, I had to learn this myself. There's this vision that I have for myself that was just given to me. God gave it to me. I understand it. I have the love for it. I have the passion. I have the desire. Other people don't. And when I first started this, I was going to family members, asking them on their advice. Because it's just like what you do, you have this idea, you're trying to incorporate everybody, you don't need that. If they're not living the life you want to live, they're not in the industry doing the things that you need to do to live the life that you want to live, it's going to lead you somewhere that you don't want to be. You have to be okay with separating your life and what you're doing versus what they're doing. And once you invite them in, and it's just people, right? They have their opinions. They have the way they think your life should go. They have the way that they think you should live. They think you should do certain things. Not understanding that the reason why you are where you are is because of the environment that you was in. So they can only take you so far. And when you want to move into a different level of life and a different way of living, if they're not living that, you have to be okay with creating that separation so that you can become and develop into the man, the woman that you need to be. And it's okay to be alone sometimes. You're going to feel alone sometimes. But I heard this quote, right? If you're leading an orchestra, you have your people here. We're together, right? but you have to turn your back on the crowd. You can't do what the crowd is doing. Yes, they're going to talk about you. Yes, they're going to say, oh, you should do this or you shouldn't do that. And why are you even doing it in the first place? It's just noise. They're watching. They're enjoying what you're doing. Some of them might even want to do what you're doing. But at the end of the day, it's just noise. And it's all behind you. And all that you need to focus on is what is right in front of you. And what are you building? Where are you heading? You know what you want to do. God put it on your heart. He put it in your mind. That vision is there for a reason. And the noise is just noise. You don't need their support. Them not supporting you and acting like they can stop you from doing what you are meant to do is not going to do anything. So just focus on where you're heading. That's what I had to learn. Just lock in, block out the outside noise. I know the road. I know the way I want to head. And if they're not, and if that's not, and this place isn't a part of that, then push it to the side. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to tell them like, hey, it's just silence. Create the space. Stay on your road, your path. And then soon, those that were right next to you, looking at you, talking to you, you can't even hear them because you stayed so focused on your path that they were in theirs and theirs stopped them from even reaching you. So they're not even beside you, and then you are alone, right? But a little bit ways up that road, there's people that are doing what you're doing, are heading where you're headed. And they all start hopping on the same path as you, and you're aligned and you're able to move in a way you've never moved before, because now you have a group and a team of people that are aligned with where you're going. But in order to get that, you have to cut off the dead weight. All right? It's pruning. Fruit, trees, and God said it, you got to get pruned, you got to get cut. And it hurt, right? Like I said, it hurt a little bit. But if you cut what's not being used on the tree, your fruit will be better. It will grow bigger because all the energy and all the nutrients that are being used aren't going to the dead leaves, the dead branches, right? It's being used for its purpose. And as soon as you're able to cut off the dead weight, you'll be able to move into your purpose. With that being said, thank you for watching this video. If you choose to cook these party style ribs, I think you should try the hot honey rub. All right. I'm loving it right now. As soon as I get at it, I'm eating some more. If you choose to cook it, tag me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at Birch's Blessed BBQ. I would love to see what you're cooking. Remember, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Right? I'll see you in the next one. And I'm just saying, if it's not serving you in this season and there's somewhere that you want to be, just cut it off.